Thank you for tuning in and welcome back, team. In today's episode of Real Estate Facts, you'll learn about homeowners insurance with 8 types explained. And this video is actually going to come courtesy to you of one of our wonderful community members, Caitlin Baluot. I hope I pronounced that right, Caitlin, but nonetheless, thank you so much for asking the wonderful question about what is an umbrella policy. So let's go ahead and answer her question real quick, and then we'll get into the video with the 8 different types of homeowners insurance explained. So Caitlin, just up front, an umbrella policy is essentially like an excess liability insurance that helps safeguard one's assets, savings, if they were ever sued for any reason. So I'll be making another video special for you and everyone else in our community about umbrella policies specifically later on. Anyways, my name is Andrew Finney, your real estate geek. Thank you so much for watching today. If you need help finding a top agent where you live, or if you simply want to drop me a line and say hello, my contact info is below. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel now and like this video. So let's go ahead, team, and get into the different types of homeowners insurance. I mean, when you get ready to close on your home, it's going to be an absolute requirement. Your lender is going to require you to have homeowners insurance. There's so many different types out there, it can be difficult to narrow down exactly what type of policy and what kind really best fits your needs. So after today's video, you'll know more about the 8 types. Number 1, you have what's called a homeowner 1, which is a basic. You have homeowner 2, which is a broad. You have homeowner 3, which is a special type of homeowners insurance. And then underneath that third category, there's also something called a HOB, which is essentially a hybrid of a homeowner 3 policy with open and named perils. And then the 4th policy type that you have is a tenant or renter's insurance. The 5th type is a comprehensive insurance. The 6th type is a condo insurance. The 7th type is a mobile home insurance. And the 8th type is like older home insurance. So now that we've identified the 8 different types of homeowners insurance, let's go ahead and take a closer look at each one of those, leading in with homeowner insurance number 1, the basic kind. So the basic form of homeowners insurance is just that. It's very basic, and it'll usually financially safeguard against 10 named perils. So a named peril, or something like what we're about to review, and over these 10 types. Of course, since I am a trusted real estate advisor and not a insurance agent, if you have specific questions about this, please contact your insurance agent. Okay, let's go ahead and get into those 10 named perils underneath the basic form. You have fire or smoke, you have explosions, you have lightning, hail and windstorms, theft, vandalism, damage from vehicles, damage from aircraft, and riots and civil commotion, and lastly, volcanic eruptions. So you can sometimes get coverage for the belongings inside your home in addition to the structure itself, but the items that you want coverage for generally must be specified at the time that you purchase your policy. That's why it's so important to have this conversation with your insurance agent to know what kind of insurance you should have given the area that you live in. Floods and earthquakes are not typically covered with this type of insurance, and neither is your personal liability, just for reference there, okay? So then what we look at is homeowners 2, which is a broad form. And now the broad form is going to include everything that the basic did, including now adding to your perils list falling objects, weight of ice, snow, or sleet, freezing of household items like an AC or a heating unit, right? Sudden and accidental tearing apart, cracking, burning, or bulging of pipes and other household systems, accidental discharge or overflow of the water system. So it's important to note what kind of inclusions and exclusions you're going to be getting depending on what kind of damage is caused and how it's caused and the events that led up to those events, or what are called perils in the insurance world, okay? So then we move into step 3, or the 3rd type of homeowners policy, which is a special form. So the special form is a policy that is most common for a lot of homeowners, namely because it covers a broad range and it has some interchangeability going on with it and the general affordability at large. It covers all the perils that were mentioned in homeowners policy number 2, which was the broad form. And if you remember, the broad form also included everything in the basic form. So it covers all of that. So then what makes it different? Well, it doesn't limit the coverage of only the named perils. It can also provide more financial protection than the broad form of homeowners insurance, which excuse me, which actually would include like your belongings, personal liability, and you can add additional riders to it, such as for earthquakes, floods. Because it's important to note that when it comes down to like earthquake insurance, flood insurance, different type of insurances like that, those are special insurances. So a lot of these, like the first three that we've talked about so far, the basic, the broad, and the special form of homeowners insurance, they will not cover earthquakes and floods just as a matter of practice. They normally don't do that. So you want to make sure that you're getting those special provisions as needed. The reason, and when we were introducing the different types of homeowners insurance policies, I mentioned underneath 3, you'd have something called like a HOB. Right? So the HOB is typically provides more coverage against water damage for the coastal areas of the United States. It also could be for rural areas of the country. For farmland, consider that, because it covers things like garden tractors, boat or boat trailers, lawnmowers, and other similar accessories while they're on your property. So it's important to know that. Now, the 4th type of homeowners insurance is actually a tenant's it's called tenant's form, which is whenever you think of like renter's insurance. And renter's insurance generally covers the belongings that against some of the perils in the 2nd form of homeownership, or homeowner insurance being the broad form, and some of the additional living expenses if something were to happen to your rental unit. It just really depends. You need to check with your renter, or you need to check with your insurance agent about renter's insurance and see exactly what it's going to cover. But generally, you're looking at getting your belongings covered in that. The 5th type is a comprehensive form. So the 5th type of homeowners insurance is a comprehensive type. A comprehensive form policy is covers more perils than any of the other types of the policies, and it's kind of has some similarities to a special form in the sense that you can also have an open peril policy that can financially safeguard you against perils unless the policy specifically excludes them in the writing of the terms of the policy. Now, the following are typically excluded from a comprehensive form: earth movement and floods, settling, shrinking, bulging, expanding of your home's foundation, your pets and other animals, mold, fungus, and rot, intentional loss, war, government action, and nuclear hazard, ordinance or law, smog, rust, or corrosion. Those are generally things that are excluded from the policy, okay? So it's important to know that, so that when it comes to your personal belongings, the 5th type of homeowners insurance, being a comprehensive form, typically covers more perils than your average 3rd version of your homeowners insurance, which is your special form, and your personal liability is covered up to the limits that you choose. So even though that this form, being the comprehensive form of homeowners insurance, is typically more expensive than the special form of homeowners insurance, it may not be offered by all insurers. It is the broadest type of homeowners insurance that you can get. So you need to check with your insurance agent and see if they offer the comprehensive form, and if so, how does that work, and what are the terms that you're looking at. What are you looking at whenever it comes to this type of comprehensive insurance? The 6th type is simply for condos. So with condos, it protects the belongings and personal liability. It also is known as condo insurance. It typically extends to the walls, the floors, the ceiling of the unit. So some of the incidents covered underneath a typical homeowners policy generally apply to this 6th form of homeowners insurance. So something to think about there. So the 7th form of homeowners insurance is actually a mobile home form. So a mobile home is obviously not the same as like a fixed home, if you will. So there's a special type of homeowners insurance for that. So that's the 7th type. The 8th type here is for an older form, older home form. So with older home insurance, what you're looking at is generally homes that are like annotated as historic in nature, they're a registered landmark, or they're just what's considered old by the insurance company standards. Again, the best source of all this information about the different types of homeowners insurance policies that explain them even in more detail is going to be your insurance agent. And I really do want to thank Caitlin Balliot for contacting me, asking me about what an umbrella policy was from just a fleeting comment that I made in one of my other videos. And I'm really glad that she clued in on it, and I'm super happy to be making this video today for you, our community, and our team. So tell me what you're taking from this video. You know, tell me what you took away. I mean, was it, first of all, there's actually 8 different types of homeowners insurance, or was it like maybe knowing that you may need to make special provisions for like earthquakes and flood insurance in addition to your homeowners insurance? Or was it the fact that you can actually get homeowners insurance on an older home? Tell me what you're thinking about this, along with any of your homeowner insurance tips that you would like to share with us in the comment section below. I'm going to go ahead and make my contact information available right now. If you want to reach out to me just to say hi, or if you need help finding a top agent where you live, please let me know. Love to hear from you. Now, if you haven't already done so, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. Number 1, please subscribe to this channel. Number 2, please like this video. Number 3, please share this video around with someone you know is going to be able to help. And between now and next time, I'm wishing you and yours a lifetime full of love, wealth, abundance, and happiness. Thank you so much for watching today, team. We'll see you again soon.